All right, so when it comes to streaming on the Firestick, we get various questions. We're gonna narrow them questions down to 10 questions, right? Because too many to answer. But these are the top 10 questions that we get asked all the time. And yeah, some of the answers might change over time, but these questions are gonna get you further along if you're a newbie to streaming on the Firestick. So we're gonna dive right in. All right, so the top #1 question, and it's a simple question, but guess what? A lot of people struggle with this, and it's okay, it's very valid, and that is, how do I set up my Firestick? You need to know certain things before you go into a store and you purchase a Firestick. Like #1, you need HDMI on your Firestick. #2, you're gonna have some Wi-Fi at the house, some pretty good Wi-Fi if you're gonna be streaming. And #3, you're gonna need an Amazon account because you're gonna have to log into your Amazon account to get things set up. But that answers that question. So I hope you guys have those things before you go out and buy a Firestick. Second most common question, how do I connect my Firestick to the Wi-Fi? Guess what? It's a couple different ways you can do so. But first off, you need to know your Wi-Fi credentials. You need to know the SSID, which is the name of the Wi-Fi. And you also need to know the key code or the passcode to the Wi-Fi. Once you know those things, you can go into the list. It's going to say network. When you go in there, you're going to find the SSID, select it, and then enter in your password. If you're having trouble with that, another way is connecting with the WPS button. You can tap that button on your router and also select that on the list of Wi-Fi options, and that will do an automatic connection to your Firestick and your Wi-Fi. The third most common question, how do I install apps on my Firestick? Well, that first starts with the first question that we just answered is making sure that you have an Amazon account. When you have that Amazon account set up, now you can just go to the Find section, or there's a search bar, or there's some type of magnifying glass on the home screen. And when you find that section, you can type in what you're looking for, the name of the app. There's another way you can do it with voice commands. You can use the button with the talk, and you can talk it into your Firestick, and that can also get you what you're looking for. All right, question #4. Can I jailbreak my Firestick? Yes, you can jailbreak your Firestick. You can go in and you can add apps that are not in the App Store, but you have to know how to unlock it. Question #5. How do I sideload apps onto my Firestick? Well, that question would be a whole nother video on how to jailbreak the Firestick, which that's not the topic of this video. So we're not going to answer that question, but you can find videos online on how to sideload apps onto your Firestick. Check out some of the channels that talk about that type of thing and do your thing, right? All right. What are some of the must-have apps for the Firestick? So if we're not sideloading apps on the Firestick, I'm going to answer that question with apps that anyone can just go into if you got an Amazon account and download apps. And the #1 app, and I think y'all know what that's going to be for me, is Tubi. Yes, they play a lot of bootleg black films, but them films, they be kind of entertaining. So and they got some good stuff in Tubi if you know how to search through Tubi. Another one would be Netflix. It's not a free app, but it's a must-have if you got an Amazon Firestick and you're looking for some content to stream. If you got an Amazon Prime account, might as well log into that Prime account and get some of the Prime movies as well. So those are the 3 must-haves on my list if we're not doing sideload apps. How do I troubleshoot buffering issues? All right, that's a very, very good question. So what I tell people is when they're having buffering issues, the first thing you want to do is check the speeds that you're getting to your device. Just because one device is streaming well doesn't mean that the other devices are going to stream well, because Wi-Fi hits your house in different locations at different speeds. So you can run a speed test by going into your search bar, typing in speed test and downloading the speed test app. Then once you get the results from your speed test, you can move forward. If you got low speeds, maybe you want to relocate the device. Maybe you want to find some boosters to put into your house to kind of boost the signal. You can do things like that, but that is the very first thing I would start at for buffering issues. Very second thing I'd recommend is getting a reset done on all of your devices, meaning unplug the Fire Stick, unplug the router, make sure that those things are reset, make sure those signals are reset, and then run a speed test afterwards and see if things improve. But the speed test is the #1 thing to get a gauge as to where you're going and if you can make improvements and if things are getting better or worse. Question number 8. This is a big question. This could be the #1 question sometimes, and that's, can I watch live TV on my Fire Stick? The answer is yes. They have so many different apps that's offering live TV, from YouTube TV to Sling to some of the IPTV providers out here. You can find you some live TV on the Fire Stick. Number 9, how do I use Alexa with my Fire Stick? That's a very good question. So Alexa is very versed and well versed at that. It can do a lot of different things, from managing your smart home devices to just controlling things on your Fire Stick with voice commands. I would definitely take an Alexa class or get you some YouTube videos on straight Alexa, because there's so much that you can learn with Alexa. But very first thing I would start out doing is just learning the voice commands. When you learn how to do the voice commands, you'll start to find out that there's so many other things that you can make compatible with things that you're already doing. Whether if you got Ring cameras in your home and you want to see your cameras, if you want to control your lights, if you want to control your appliances, all from an app, you can do that with Alexa. So tap into Alexa. Alexa's pretty dope. And the last question, how do I update my Fire Stick software? So, a lot of times the Amazon Fire Sticks do their own updates automatically. You don't have to do anything. But if your Fire Stick didn't do the updates, you can go into the settings and go under My Fire TV, and you can see if your Fire Stick has any updates available. Run those updates with a click of a button, and in a matter of minutes, you're updated. So that is the wrap to this video on the most questions asked for streamers using the Fire Stick. I hope this video was helpful. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up, and also don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. And last but not least, subscribe to the channel. You know we need that love. Welcome to the family. See y'all next video.